Now this next problem we have a composite figure. And so remember, when we have a composite figure, we have to split it up into two prisms, and then we can find the volume of each prism, and then we add the two together. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this vertically right here, and I'm going to highlight this so that I can see the two separate prisms. So I'm going to call the yellow prism Prism A, and then the orange prism Prism B. So I can see with Prism A that I've got to find the length, because this length that's given is 15 inches. It's all the way across. But I just want this portion right here. And I can get that by subtracting. So I've got 15 minus 7, so that gives me 8 inches here. And then so this part would be 7, so the total would be 15. But for what we're going to use for Prism A, we've got a length of 8, a width of 4, and then a height of 6. So I can multiply, and you can multiply them in any order. I'm just going to go ahead and do 8 times 4 is 32, and then times 6. And I could do an area model for this, and I could split up the 32 into 30 and 2, and multiply it by 6. So 6 times 30 is 180, and then 6 times 2 would be 12. And I put that together and I get 192. So I've got 192 cubic inches. Prism B has a length of 7, and then for the width, if you'll notice, it's not labeled, but on Prism A it has a width of 4. So it's going to actually be the same distance back in Prism A and Prism B. So 4 is going to be our width. And then our height, we see that this portion right here is 3, but we need all the way down for the height of Prism B. So we notice over here it's 6 inches. So we can put the 6 inches plus the 3 inches to get our height of 9 inches. So now I can multiply 7 times 4 is 28, and then times 9. So when I do 28 times 9, I would have 20 and 8, and then multiply it by 9. So 9 times 20 is 180. 9 times 8 is 72. So now I have 180 plus 72, and that gives me 252 for the volume of Prism B. So now the final step is to add the two together so I can get the total volume. So 192 plus 252, I end up with 444 cubic inches. Now the last thing that I want you to do is to think about this prism now. Instead of cutting it vertically like we did before, we've got it set up here where we've got a top prism and a bottom prism. So we're going to cut it horizontally. And I'm going to have you do this one on your own. But the top prism, you'll find the volume of it. And then your bottom prism, you'll find the volume, and put the two together. So even though you're going to have a different number for the top and bottom prism, the top prism will be A, the bottom prism B, you should end up with the same volume that we got here. So that's a way that you can check your work. So go ahead and work on that. And then I want you to take a picture of your work and upload it to this form so that I can see how you solved this prism or found the volume by splitting up these two prisms.